Okay, so hey, Oil Mob. I'm so glad to be here tonight with you guys. This is such a great opportunity for all of us to come together and really just learn more about the business that we're in, and it's such an amazing business. But I'm excited to talk about making money tonight with doTERRA. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 ways that are the keys to getting a paycheck. And that's something we're all doing this for, right? So if you're in this training, it's because you want to make money. This is our business training. Don't you love Stephanie? She's the most amazing leader. So I'm so glad that she started all this for us to empower us to lead as well. So I want to introduce my husband who's with me tonight. This is Trent.
Hi.
I twisted his arm to come and join me tonight because this is actually something he loves. He loves to talk about business and he loves to talk about money. And I'll say something funny just to start off. Like, I love sharing the oils and I love talking about the benefits of using the essential oils. He likes getting my check. So like, he checks the mail.
Watch it.
He checks the mail and gets my check before I do. And he's like, what did you get this week?
Yeah, so I bring it to her. I bring her checks. That's my job.
He knows when the checks are coming. He knows more about all the money really than I do. I'm just like, I just love the oils. I love to teach. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to get those checks in the mail. And so he actually has been coming alongside of me and learning more about the business over the past few months since I turned gold. And I can see why now. This really requires maybe some team effort when you get so busy with managing all the elements that go with doing this business. So it's great if you have somebody that can help you. And I'm excited that he's going to help me, and he's probably going to help me even more. He's actually quite the advocate himself for using essential oils. He's really, if he didn't support me doing this, I wouldn't do it. So he really has a testimony of using the oils and really overcoming bronchitis with breathe oil. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to go through my slides, and at the end, if you have any questions, we will try our best to manage those questions for you. Okay. All right. So 5 ways to make your check count as a wellness advocate. Help me with the slide, babe. There we go. All right. So dream big with doTERRA. And I am in this season right now where I am dreaming bigger than ever with this business because I see the unlimited potential that it has and offers us. So there are many jobs out there, but not a lot of jobs that really have just unlimited access to making the money that you're willing to put into the business. So my next slide is talking about getting your mind ready for this business. And input equals output. So what do you want to get out of this opportunity? Whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you were like me, when I first started out, I spent the first year educating myself and learning about the business. And the one reason I am in this business is because I believe in the oils. I've never been in an MLM before. Honestly, because I did not feel good enough about the product to actually get people to pay for it. So I don't like selling. I love sharing, and I love what these oils do for people. So my first year I spent really just trying to become more educated on the oils. So I shared, and I stayed around director and elite for my first year. So I wish that I would have pushed a little bit further, faster, to get where I am right now. And it's really just mental blocks that keep you from hitting these ranks, because these first few ranks, you can do it. Anybody can do this. So if you spend 2 to 10 hours, maybe a week, you can make a couple $100s a month. If you're willing to push into 10 hours or more, you can start seeing that paycheck increase from $200 to maybe $3,000 a month. Okay, so that's where I'm at as a gold, and I'm telling you that money is
it's real money.
It's real money. It's awesome money, and it's very helpful to our finances. So it's a blessing to us. If you want to work full time in this, as many people do, most of our leaders are doing this full time. There's just unlimited potential to make money in this business. How about $60,000 a month? That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a goal. And so that's where we all need to be setting our sights, because it's attainable. And we're seeing, look at what Stephanie's done, and she is inspiring all of us. So I know that she's making a way so that she can teach us to take that same path. So let's go to the next slide. I want to tell you the first thing you have to do to get a paycheck and to earn commission is to set your LRP to 100. Okay, so this is so important. And I know there's many of you that are just now getting in this business, and there'll be more watching this training as you're just now starting out. It is important to have your LRP set at 100, because this computer system that goes through and checks out, it's like it filters out anyone that is 100 PV and above, and it pays you. So if you're not at 100 PV, the system is going to miss you and you will not get a check. And this has happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to many people in this company that you make a purchase of 100 PV, and maybe there was a special one month. Well, that special falls out and you don't change your LRP and it falls below 100, and you miss that opportunity to get that check. This is solely based off your LRP. When you get a check for being on LRP, you have to be on. You have to have 100 PV set to be able to make commissions and bonuses. Okay, so don't miss that opportunity. That is the fundamental way to get your bonus checks in the mail.
And I can speak too to those of you who may be watching and starting in the business, as a husband who was apprehensive for her to begin with doTERRA, and as well as the commitment to spend $100. Where's $100 a month in our budget going to be for this? And so we just committed to. I made that commitment to her. That, listen, if you're going to do this, you can do it. I believe in you. But let's know that this is an investment. This is an investment in your business. And one of the things that I had to, as a husband, get my mind around initially, and as a partner for that matter, is that $100 a month or 100 PV investment, there is no other business besides this type of business. doTERRA is one of the best, where you can invest such a small amount of money and have such a huge amount of potential. And so because of that, I got behind her and stayed committed to that. And I would also say too that something I've just kind of watched and listened. She is a rock star. So Keisha's this is her business. She has built this business. I have watched and have told her I'd support and help in any way possible. But as I've watched and listened, one of the things I would encourage you to do too is when you do enroll people right from the beginning, if they're planning on being a business builder or someone in your organization like that, you got to really get them to understand you have to be on LRP, because otherwise you'll be calling them at the end of every month saying, make your order, et cetera. So anyway.
Yeah, before I leave this screen, I want to say, because I had someone call me today and ask me, do I have to purchase 100 LRP all at once? Or she said, or can I make another purchase at the end of the month? Can I have one at the beginning and one at the end? And I said, it is crucial that you have it set for 100. However you want to work around that, you can work around it, but it has to be set at 100 for you to be able to get your check. I wouldn't mess around by ordering $67 at the beginning of the month and then making up the rest for your, 33 or whatever at the end. I just wouldn't do it. You're going to miss an opportunity to make your check and to get that belongs to you. So don't do that. Just set it at 100. And if you have to go back and order again, there are ways to be creative to order through other frontline members of your account, so you're making 20%. That's another way to make money, is to order smart. Don't put a whole lot more than your 150 a month orders in. You can order through other people's accounts and make commission off of that front line that you have.
And I'll say too, like when you started and you started making those LRP orders, and we were kind of nervous about it, like, okay, I'll be honest with you, when she made the commitment to start building this business, it was not very long before small checks immediately started trickling in and covering that investment. So it really will work if you're building a business it really will start to cover pretty quickly if you're aggressive, and if you're having classes, it will immediately start paying. That 100 will be covered immediately.
Yeah.
It really
So
will.
As you're getting that 100 PV, and some people at the very beginning are like, what do I need to buy every single month? Well, this is an investment in your business, so you're always going to need oils on hand. But as a user and as someone who promotes these oils, you're going to be wanting to have your house filled with oils and the hand soaps and the shampoo and the Virage and all these products, because you're going to be sharing them and you're going to be using them. And I promise you, it won't be long before you're going to be spending more than 100 easy just to keep your house stocked. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so all right, wellness advocates must set their LRP to 100 to access bonuses. All right, so you get all the bonuses by just being plugged into LRP. Okay, so I'm going to go over the next 4 things to increase your check, and it's going to cover retail bonuses, fast start bonuses, power of 3 bonus, and the unilevel bonus. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on retail because we always discourage people from buying retail. Why would anybody want to buy retail when they can get a membership and get their own discount for 25% off? But it is going to happen, and you are going to have people that go on your website and they just, for some reason, have this mental block. They don't want to be a member because they're just so afraid of auto ship. Well, they're going to go on there and they're going to order from you. Well, you're going to get 25% commission.
And people do order from you, yeah.
I do have a few people. I don't have very many, but I have maybe 2 or 3 people on that are retail customers, and you make 25% of their sales. I don't encourage signing people up that way, but you guys know that sometimes it's just inevitable. It's going to happen, and you make 25% off of them. So let's move on. Okay, so the fast start bonus. Listen, this is the most important time to utilize these bonuses when you're starting out, because when you're starting out, you don't see a whole lot of money from Unilevel, and you don't see a whole lot of money maybe from Power 3 because you haven't been in very long to set people up on LRP. But in the very beginning, the smartest way to make money, and people who have been in for years, if they're smart, know that these fast start bonuses are what brings in great checks. Okay, so classes make great checks. Anytime you sign up a new enroller or new enrollment, you get 20% commission off of them for 60 days. So the beautiful thing about this is if you have a class of 5 people and all 5 of those people sign up with a kit, you make 20% commission off of that. And for the next 60 days, you're making 20% off of any more purchases, which they're going to buy more, off of their purchases for 60 days. And so for me, right now, when I enroll someone, I get 20% off of them. And I'll just give you an example. Stephanie gets 10% off because she's above me. And then the one that's above me, which I can't remember if it's Lisa, I think it's Lisa, she gets 5%. So your enrollments are going to matter 3 levels. So not only are you getting paid, but the person who enrolled you is going to get paid 10%, and the person who enrolled them is going to get 5%. So it's awesome. You're going to get a check the week after they purchase. Those checks come in. So listen, I want to encourage all of you to have classes. I know we get to a certain place where we feel like, okay, well, we're doing okay. We're getting a little money in the mail. And you back off having classes, or you become too involved in leading maybe more than you should, and you lay off of having classes and you don't see your checks come. This is how you get checks in the mail, having classes. You got to have classes. Okay, so you get that commission. It's awesome. All right, let's go to the next slide.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the next bonus that I want to talk to you about is your Power of 3 bonus. All right, so let's just say I'm right here. I have 100 PV order. My LRP is set. This is how you have access to the Power of 3 bonus. So when you establish your first 3 frontline leaders, and they're all committed to this business or committed to sharing, and they have 100 LRP set, you're going to get your first $50 bonus. Okay, this is great because this covers half of your investment. Look at it like that. when those 3 people get fired up about their business and they have 3 people sign up, you're going to get your $250 bonus. This is a great check and mail. And then guess what? Not too long, I would say maybe around gold, because I'm starting to see where this is about to happen for me, because I'm gold, been gold for a few months. Your $1,500 bonus starts hitting around gold. So don't stress out about that. Really focus on your 50 and your 250 right now and solidify those. It's so important that when you are signing people up, that you save your builders for your front line, okay? Because you want to structure for this power of 3 if you can. Sometimes it gets messed up, and that's okay. You can find ways to fix it, but don't leave people on your front line. I know this is so hard. I mess up so many times. I'll just forget to move someone, and I get stuck with, I have a few extra people on my front line that I don't want there. But if you can be smart and place them right when you first get them, you only need those 3 people on your front line and start filling in the gaps underneath, okay?
That's why it's crucial for those people to be on LRP too, because
it's crucial for them to be on LRP.
Without LRP.
Well, this is just your Power 3 bonus. This really doesn't have anything to do with commissions. It's structure. It's a structural bonus. So you got to get your leaders on your front line signed up and on LRP, and then you're going to see these bonuses come. Okay. So this one is it's the unilevel bonus. I'm going to talk about the compensation plan just a little bit, because this one, I know for the first year I looked at this and I was like, I don't even know what any of this means, but now I'm starting to see the light a little bit. Okay. So I love that our company has flipped our compensation plan upside down from all the other companies that are out there. And I'm going to tell you why I love this. Okay. So I have my first 3 people on my front line. In other companies, you'll see it reverse to where you get 7% off that front line. We're getting 2% off that front line, but that doesn't freak me out, and it shouldn't freak you out, because you only have 3 people on your front line. So you would want to only get 2% off of them. So your next front line, so when I have my second level of leaders, I'm going to get 3% off of them. And that goes all the way down to your 7th level. Can you imagine getting to your 7th level and you have your leaders who have established leaders, and you've got this stacked up line on your 7th level, and you start making paychecks of around $34,000 or $37,000 because you have built up your business. And you're going to see this later on in your business. This is not going to come in your first year or maybe your second. But that's why you have to take advantage of those fast start bonuses. Your unilevel paychecks and bonus checks that you're going to get in the mail are going to come from longevity and building people and putting them in the right places and getting them on LRP. This is why it's so important that they are on LRP 50 and above, because 50 and above is what gets you access to these bonuses, okay? Trust me, the 7th level, paying 7% is way better than what the other companies are getting. So this is an amazing company. I love doTERRA. I love that they care about how hard we're working, and they reward us for it. So if you have more questions about this, what is this called when they have the compression? The dynamic compression that you see at the bottom, those little arrows, that just means that if you have gaps in there anywhere, say someone comes off.
And those are commissionable sales. Yeah. Like you're getting the 7, the 6.
If someone falls off of LRP, well, the next one that's underneath them will be pushed up into that place. So you're not going to lose anything off of a level. They're just it's going to have the compression. Okay. And so I think the next one I'll probably get more into is the leadership bonus pools. So I'm excited because we just found out at leadership that premiers are now going to get a bonus, because premiers and silvers are proving to be very solid builders and have people on LRP. The company found a way to reward us because they do see that we're working really hard. Elite, premier, and silver, we work our tails off. We worked really hard. We work very hard. So I'm so excited that they see that it deserves a bonus. So from now on, I think it started, the 15th, starts 15th of this month. if you have one enrollment, it only requires that you have one enrollment for Premier to get about $190 bonus. So Premiers typically now will average about $987 a month, and that's great money for Premier. So that is an attainable rank. That's something that all of you could do just by having classes. Get those classes and you will see Premier. Also, Silvers are getting this bonus too. I forget, it's called the Empowerment Pool. That's what it's called. You're getting a share as well. So it's increasing Silver's pay by about $190 as well. So that's exciting. Is there another screen?
Well, yeah. The other.
Oh, you were going to talk more about that.
Yeah. She asked me to talk about the leadership pool bonuses beyond Premier, because when her checks started getting bigger, when she hit silver and then gold, I started taking notice and saying, okay, well, how exactly does this work? Because we want to make sure, I want to be able to, to help you and be a support for whatever you need to do to make sure that you continue to make those ranks and everything. So I studied it a little bit, and just to let you know, that is when substantial income starts really coming into your business. And I've seen Keisha work really hard to accomplish that. But they're leadership pools. So basically, if you're a silver, a gold, or a platinum, you fall into a leadership pool that the company takes 2% of the commissionable volume every month. And they put that all into a pool. And if you're a silver, you get 1 share of that pool. If you're a gold, you get 5 shares. And if you're a platinum, you get 10 shares. So what you're dealing with is this big lump of money it's a pool. And based on how many silvers, golds, and platinums are in the company, they divide that, and that's what 1 share equals. And so I can tell
silver, you get 1 share.
Yeah, you get 1 share.
Multiplied by 5 for gold.
And it just really does start adding up. And then if you want to go further, which is where Keisha's headed, and that's diamond and blue diamond and presidential diamond. Those are 1% of the overall volume of the company, not just commission, overall volume of the company. And each of those and as you know, that's a smaller number of people. But you can, I'm believing.
Well, which is why we want to be
you can make it.
Yeah, that's why we want to get out of these pools for silver, gold, and platinum, because there's less people swimming.
There's less people swimming in the other pools.
Yeah. Okay, so I was just telling some of my leaders that the other day, we got to get into the pools where there's less people so that we see those checks come in. So I've got on the screen right here, if you can see it.
It kind of shows the earnings.
This is just last year's earnings. Yeah, I think it's just encouraging to look at these earnings to really just push you forward. Silver average income is $26,000 a year. Gold, look at that, it doubles to $57,000 a year. And then platinum, it's almost doubling again to $112,000 a year. So this is incredible money. Yeah. And if you can hit gold, they say gold is structurally the same as going for blue diamond. So you're already set just to duplicate yourself, do it over again, just, redo it, and then get to presidential diamond. And that's amazing. And
I will say too, as a partner, as a husband, I have seen Keisha just encourage those of you maybe starting or working. She asked me to come on with her tonight. It's the first time I've ever done anything doTERRA with her besides help her count her money and use the oils. I love the oils. I really do. I was a huge skeptic. So if any of you have spouses who are like, what is this? I was that guy. And I have found that these things sell themselves. And so that really became easier and easier for me to really push in and help support our business because I'm a user as well. Our entire family, all my kids, they will only use doTERRA toothpaste. I mean, it's, you name it, we have it. But they're phenomenal natural products. And we are biblically based family, and we believe that God put everything on the earth that we need. So I really kind of grew to love it more and more. But I have seen her really work very hard. But listen, if you're willing to do it, there's very few opportunities out there where these type of earning numbers and earning potential is there. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks for letting me hang out with y'all tonight.
I was going to add one more thing before I jump off and maybe start answering some questions. But as people are coming in and signing up for the business and starting out, I would say focus on becoming elite because it's the foundational rank. And once you become elite, then that's when you start training people to become elite. So you need 3 elites to make silver. You need 3 elites to make $27,000 a year. Okay. So for me right now, as a gold, I want to have 4 golds so that I can be, isn't that diamond? 4 golds is diamond, right? Am I saying that right?
I haven't looked at that.
I'll have to go back and double check. But the way that we do this business is duplicatable. And so right now, focus on getting to elite because that's when you start seeing the money coming in and paying for that investment. So it's actually going to be a few $100s more than your investment. You're going to start having some supplemental income coming in. So aim for elite, get to elite, 3,000 in volume. That's not hard. Do 5 classes a month. Go crazy. You know, sometimes at the very beginning of this business, you have to grind it out. And I know there were weeks that I would do 3 to 4 classes a week.
And you still do them. I've
tiring.
noticed. Yeah. That's one thing I can add since, we're going to close out the recording portion in a second and just chat. But I will say that I have seen Keisha's business grow tremendously over the past couple of years, but it has really, really developed. And it really, really does matter in her numbers and in how her months go when she just simply schedules classes.
Yeah.
When she schedules classes, it produces results. It produces new users, new believers, new LRP people that now I would have thought, that are dear friends of ours, perhaps, that have, have events and stuff. I wouldn't think that they would be a user, and now they're some of her strongest LRP customers. So just encourage you. Yeah, get out there and share with friends. And I tell you what's the most beautiful thing too, just as a dad, as a husband, it's very cool when she'll come in and show me a text message of someone who has sent her a picture of a pre-existing condition that she sent them an oil or recommended an oil for, and they applied it or used it. And then all of a sudden, they've realized that, like my son's a perfect example. And his, just something as simple as dealing with a wart, it just fell right off his head, right? People realize that these things are very effective. And so you can build a great business. I really believe that is
a business really to believe in. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to stop this recording now, and I'll start it back again so we can answer some questions. If any of you have any, we'll do our best to answer them. Okay.